What's going on, everybody? It is Triple Crown 24 back today with my second PSA submission reveal. It's an 11 card submission, 10 baseball, 1 football. Some pretty good names in here, including a lot of baseball's top rookies. I will say that this is the first time I am using YouTube's Premiere feature to show off this video today. So if you guys do enjoy the Premiere feature, let me know in the comments down below. I've been meaning to try it out for a while, and if it's something that gets a lot of good feedback, then I will go ahead and keep using it for some of my videos. Probably like once or twice a month we'll do a Premiere style video. Overall, I know that you guys really enjoyed the first submission video. We got a lot of views, a lot of likes, a lot of comments. So I will keep doing these as long as I have stuff that keeps rolling in. So hopefully you enjoyed today's reveal as well. This was a 20-day submission, so not quite as long as my last one, and it only came back in about 8 business days. So it was a really quick turnaround time. I'm not sure what happened, but I definitely lucked out because I've been seeing some submissions that have been lingering for quite some time past the expected pop-off date. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how this submission went. I'll kind of talk about each card and what my expectations were for each one. These first two I'm going to show off. These are solely cards that I use to make back some of my money on the submission. So I don't really, send off these cards to flip them necessarily. I don't keep all of them as well. There are some that I like to invest, sit on for a while, and then there are some that I just use, like these first two, to kind of pay for some of this submission cost, just so that I'm able to recoup some funds and do another submission sometime soon. And this is a guy who definitely gets a lot of appeal on the market. It's a 2017 Topps Chrome Aaron Judge, freshman flash, graded out at a Gem Mint 10. This is a very sharp-looking insert set. Judge stuff is still fairly popular, not quite as big as it was during the peak of the all-rise frenzy back in 2017 when he first came up, second time in the major leagues, really tearing up the league, hitting over 50 home runs, setting the record for most home runs hit by a rookie. So still a really cool card. It looks awesome in the slab. And that is one that, if I cannot move it for what I'm looking for, is one I definitely do not mind keeping at all. The second one, this guy not quite as popular as Judge, but he gained a lot of popularity in the second half of this year because he had a really good rookie season. That would be Harrison Bader. My hand almost slid off the table there. That would have been bad. 2018 Topps Allen and Ginter. I actually got this card out of the box break I did of Ginter on my channel, and this was kind of one that I threw in at the last second. Figured why not? It'd be something that I could use to maybe recuperate some of the funds, and it graded out to a Gem Mint 10. Those were my expectations for these two. These mini framed autographs, sometimes they have some susceptibility to damage on the corners and the edges, just because they are a little bit of thicker stock. See if you can see it here. Through the slab, and you can see it's a little thicker than normal. The slab is still the same size that this Judge one is that I just showed off, but this one looked perfectly fine, and it graded out perfectly fine as well. So very happy with that one. These next, I'll say, we'll go with the next 4 are ones that I was going to just keep for my own collection. One of them is kind of an investment, so I'll just save that one for them later on. But these 3 in particular were ones I was just looking to add to my collection. So my philosophy with these, if it's something that I am trying to add to my collection, I will sell it and try to upgrade the grade if I don't get what I'm necessarily looking for. If it grades out to what I want, then I'm going to keep it. That's how I kind of do it. I went 2 for 3 on these, so this is the only one that didn't quite work out, and I can now see why going through these once I got them back in person. But this was a Bo Jackson out of 87 Topps Future Stars, not his rookie, technically his second-year card. And to me, it looked like it was going to be a Gem Mint 10. This is one that I kind of added at the last minute because I forgot I had it. And as you can see, I got a near mint 8, which means I was really off. There must have been something big that I missed. And you can probably pick up on it right away, is that there is this little red mark here. Almost looks like someone accidentally dotted it with a red Sharpie. And I think that might have been why it did not get the grade it did. Now, my expectation on this was a mint 9, just because I wasn't too sure on this bottom corner here. I thought they might dock it for that, but There might have been a surface issue now on second thought because of this little red mark. That was definitely not there when I sent it in, so something must have happened along the way. Not too thrilled about that, in all honesty, but it is what it is. These cards aren't too expensive, so I'll definitely have to go out and pick up a 9, maybe even a 10, but disappointing when that does happen, but I guess it is something that does happen. This one was just fine. It's one I've had in my collection for a while. I'm very happy with these next two. Justin Verlander out of 2006 Topps Chrome. It's got some like little peeling along the edges. Looks like someone like took a razor to the side of a piece of paper and has like little shavings on the side of it. So I was really expecting the 9 here. Was hoping that maybe it would get the 10, but that was a lofty expectation. So very satisfied with a 9. As I said, I've had this for a very long time. It's probably the best looking of my Verlander rookies, so I decided to send it in for my collection. Came back at a mint 9. So this is one that I'll definitely be hanging on to unless I can find a 10 for a affordable price and make an upgrade on it. And this is the only football card of this submission, and I'm very hesitant to add Lions rookies into the collection just because they have not been so good this past decade. Really, a lot of them have not panned out, or they've gone on to other teams and found success. You can probably have a long laundry list of names of those players that I'm referencing there, but this guy seems like he is legit. Kerryon Johnson, I'm a big fan of what he's been able to do. First 100-yard rusher for the Lions in the last 5 years, so a lot of hype around him. He's kind of dealing with a knee injury right now that's kept him out of action, but overall he's had a really solid rookie season, and I think that he will be a big part of the Lions offense for years to come. This one is out of Donruss Elite, which is one of the first products Panini releases with the players in their pro uniforms. So this is always a highly anticipated release just because it's the first look at the guys in their NFL uniforms as opposed to their college uniforms. So this is the only carry-on rookie I had that I thought would grade out well, and I got the gem at 10. So pretty stoked to have my first carry-on slab in the collection. These next 6 are more so investments, so ones that I'm going to hang on to for a while, not necessarily ones that I'm going to keep in my collection, with the exception of this one. I'm very interested in possibly hanging on to this one, especially because I did not get a 10 like I was hoping for. This is a Ronald Acuna Jr. Now and Then mint 9, and this is out of 2018 Heritage High number. As you can see here, Acuna's on the board is the little name of this one. April 26th. These kind of commemorate things that happened during the season. And this one commemorates his first home run in the major leagues. I was actually at this game, remember this moment very well. So that is what the appeal is to me. I do really like Acuna as well. He's one of my favorite players, or quickly becoming one of my favorite players in baseball right now that's not on the Tigers. So this is one that I definitely considering hanging on to just because I was at the game, and it's kind of a way to commemorate a history that I saw. So just wanted to get that one in the slab. I was hoping for a 10, but I will definitely settle for a 9. These next ones, I'll probably end up keeping one and moving one is the plan with these, just because I have 2 of them. Now which one I'll keep and which one I'll move, that is definitely up in the air at this point. But this is out of the same product, 2018 Heritage High number. This one got a mint 9. I believe it is centering that got this one. It's a little off top to bottom. And left, right looks good, but I think on the back you could maybe say that the centering is a little off there too. Kind of hard to tell with the back sometimes on these, but really good looking card. I do like the 1969 design, more so modernized with the 2018 players. I think those look really sharp. So happy to get the mint 9, and I sent in 2 copies of this one. So while the mint 9 is really cool, the only thing I can think of that's better is a gem mint 10, which is what this one graded out to. Exact same card. If I put them up side by side comparison, you might be able to see what I'm talking about with the centering issues. See that the top bottom on the left one is a little off compared to the one on the right, so that might have been one of the influences on it. I can definitely see why the first one is graded out to a 9 compared next to this one, which probably something I should have noticed in the when I was going to send them off, just because I was going for 10s on these cards specifically, but it is what it is. I'm definitely very happy to have 1/9 and 1/10 out of that. So really cool to at least get 1/10 out of the Acunas. Kind of the same thing happened here with these next two. Juan Soto. This one is a mint 9. Then the second one I sent in, excuse me there, is a gem mint 10. So I'll put these next to each other. I don't really know exactly what the difference is on these because the centering looks about the same. It might be something with the corners of the edges that I'm just not seeing, but to me they look identical. So you would have to tell me on this one what the difference is between the two, but that is one of the big reasons that I don't really mind the 9s too much, especially because they're more so investment pieces, things that I want to just kind of stash for a while. Maybe move them if the price is right or if I can add something that I'm more interested in to my collection, but for now, happy to have that one. I think Soto is a really good player. I don't like him as much as Acuna, but you cannot deny the amount of talent this kid has for only being 19 years old, coming up to the big leagues and really performing at the level that he did. I don't think we've really seen that since, I'll dare say, Bryce Harper. There might have been someone else I'm forgetting about who was a teenager when they first came up, but I think Harper was the last big one to really take the league by storm like Soto did. And this last one actually came from Mike O. And I got exactly what I was looking for on this one. This is an Albies autograph. The story behind this one is I got it out of a pack. He bought a box of 2018 Series 1 Topps, and he bought it for the Nationals packs, I believe it was. So he sold some of the packs on one of his live auctions. I bought 3 packs, and this one came out of the packs. So I was super stoked to get this one. I wanted to get it slabbed up because I thought it would look really cool in the slab. And also some of these darker blur cards, sometimes they are susceptible to damage on the corners and the edges. Sometimes they come out of the pack like that. That's the case with this one. It came out of the pack with a little bit of white on the corners here, here, and here. So I was not expecting a 10. I thought it would have been nice, and I thought maybe it had a shot. But, I definitely was going to go for the 9. Was hoping it didn't get an 8, and it did get the 9 on it. So very happy with the 9 for sure. 9 is just fine in my eyes, and still a really nice autograph card of a guy who might have won Rookie of the Year in a year that it was more normal. He had some pretty tough competition this year with his teammate Ronald Acuna Jr., Juan Soto, Walker Buehler. A lot of really good rookies on both sides of the American League and the National League this year. So still really happy. This is my first and only Ozzie Albies autograph I have in my collection right now. So one that I'll be holding on to for a while, definitely. So thanks again, Mike, for this card. Looks really good in the slab, and would not have got it if you did not pull it for me in that pack. So that will conclude today's submission. Now, normally I do show off my slab candidates before I do the next submission, but I have already submitted those as part of a group submission for December 2018. So the next 9 cards that came from my Topps Update birthday boxes, and maybe a few stragglers I had to take a second look at what I also sent in, are already on their way to PSA. They're being examined right now. Well, maybe not right now. They're probably sitting in a box somewhere, but they will be examined soon, and I'll hopefully get those grades back pretty soon. So I don't have anything else to really show off today, but I do appreciate everyone checking out today's video. Let me know what your favorite one was down below. And if you've got anything back graded lately, what have you gotten back? Always fun to watch other submission videos as well. So if you have a submission video on your channel, let me know, and I'll definitely go check it out here while I have some extra time in the holiday season. But thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.